Hey, happy Sunday. Welcome to the author chat with Shamel Jackson. It's happy August. It is August 3rd, and this year is not playing with us. It's just doing what it's gonna do. Time is gonna go by. Time is just gonna keep going by. It don't matter what you do, what you don't do. Time is just gonna keep going by. So that means, guess what? You need to go and get your book done. Okay, go ahead and shoot your shot and get that book written if you haven't written it, and then get it published. Okay, but anyway, tonight we're talking about marketing as an author. Now, last week we talked about how I use Google as an author. We've been doing these author chats that lead up to the Shoot Your Shot Aspiring Authors Workshop, which is going to be held on August 23rd, 11 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. We will have lunch provided within that time. That's where the extra 30 minutes come from. And it'll be a small intimate setting, no more than 10 people. And so if you are looking forward to trying to get started on writing your book, or you've written it and you don't know what to do next, this is the workshop for you or somebody you know. I promise you know somebody who wants to write a book if it's not you watching this. But yeah, I have another announcement. Today is the last day for early bird tickets. Tomorrow it will be a totally different price. So right now you can save over $30 if you purchase a ticket on my website tonight by 11:59, because once the clock strikes midnight, we will go into the new price for the Shoot Your Shot Authors Workshop. Yes, also, thank you to everyone who voted for me for the Memphis Elegance Awards as Author and Educator of the Year. I appreciate every single vote. And so on September the 27th, that's when the award ceremony will be held. So if you want to attend that, feel free to do that to see who will actually win those categories and other categories. Now, I didn't put the link to that event in my bio, in the description of this video, but I can put it in the comments somewhere. There's some changes going on Facebook and how you can add things to the video. I'm figuring that out as I'm doing the lives every week, what they're changing. So yeah, so thank you for voting. September 27th, where they announced the winners, and the link that you see that's in the detail of this video, you can buy tickets for the author's shop. You can buy my author's workshop. You can buy my books. You can even find the links to my podcast under media on my website. And so, speaking of podcasts, I'm on Pandora now. You can actually search for me on Pandora. Before, you can search it, it wouldn't come up. You would have to actually have a direct link to find it. But now, once you put in Girl Forget All That, it comes up. So I'm really excited about that. So you can listen to the podcast on Pandora, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Amazon. That's 5 platforms. No YouTube yet. No YouTube yet, because I'm just audio right now. But I'm looking forward to doing video podcasts in the future. So right now we're just audio. And also, I'm on a break right now. But the season 3 will start September 30th, which is International Podcast Day. So September 30th, I'll have all of the things to talk about on that episode. My birthday, the award ceremony, everything. September is gonna be something. So, but we in August, so let's just focus on August, and we're going to talk about this Shoot Your Shot workshop. I think, we're going to talk about the workshop. We're going to talk about writing the book, publishing the book, marketing the book, celebrating the book, launching the book, all of that into one, bringing over a decade of wisdom coming from wins, lessons learned to you at this workshop. So you want to be here so that you can save time and money. You can save time and money, because some things you don't know, and you lose time or money, like I did. Now, you might not get everything right, but I can definitely save some time and money with some things that I did because I already lost the time and the money. So I don't want you to lose the time and the money. So I'm sharing with you things that I wish I had done or known back then when I was trying to become an author of my first book. Women in Intimate Tale. She'll be 9 years old this September. So that's another thing. The anniversary of my book is in September as well. So that's another reason I'm excited about hoping to win the award, because that's the year, well, that's the month I became an author. So it was September 29th, so it'll be 2 days before my authorversary. So that's exciting. All right, so let's get into tonight's topic. So we're not going to be here long at all. Marketing as an author. So in a nutshell, marketing, things you do to promote, sell your brand, your product, service. You know, you want people to know about your things you're offering, right? So you have to market it, put it out there. And these different activities you got to do for people to know about it so they can purchase it, right? Because that is the whole point, right? You want to earn revenue from what you create. We definitely want to do that. And so now I'm no marketing guru. However, I have learned a lot about what doesn't work for me and what does work, right? So in every marketing can look different. How you market can look different from somebody else's, because you guys have a different product, different target audience, like all that goes into play when you're marketing something. And so I'm just going to share a story, or remember two, I think I have 2 stories about me just having a revelation about marketing myself. Okay, so I'm pulling up a picture that I have of a conference that I went to. I was a vendor for back in 2018. It was a Glam, Grace, and Mercy presents the Glam Code Conference hosted by Bree Elise. So this is February 2018, so 7 years ago. Now, prior to this conference, I had just started business coaching, and I was trying to figure out where I need to sell this, where I need to sell this book, where I need to market to, who I need to market to, right? So I wrote this for teen girls. However, a lot of young adult women were resonating with it, right? So then I started thinking, okay, I need to go to where the young adult women are. And I came across this conference, and I said, it's perfect. So it was about a Christian woman's guide to beauty from within. So they talked about forgiveness, confidence, trusting God's timing, learning to love, preparing for motherhood and marriage, beauty of singleness, right? So that's this topic. Abstinence is a part of this. The beauty of singleness. What else in there? Forgiveness can be talked about when you talk about abstinence, confidence, trusting God's time. Trusting God's time is you waiting. You waiting, right? You waiting to marriage. Well, that is the idea of this book. We're talking about waiting to marriage to have sex, and so much is under that. And so I found this conference. I signed up to be a vendor, became a vendor there, and I connected with someone who actually became an author as well. I have her book. I have one of her books. She has 2 books. It's one book with 2 parts. So it's Rolanda Buck, and she's a life coach. Like I said, she's an author, but we met at that conference. So that was 7 years ago, and she actually came to Memphis 2019 when I was a vendor with my second book, the first version of Girl Forget All That. And I have pictures of all of this somewhere, and she supported me there. And she was from I forget what part of Mississippi, but it was a couple of hours from here. She came down to support. I remember driving down to part of Mississippi to support another author too that I hadn't met in person until I went to her event, and she wrote about celibacy. So we had common topics, common platforms that that's what connected us. But yeah, so this here was where I needed to be. And even with Girl, now she doesn't do this conference. She haven't done it since then, I don't think. Not that I remember. And I don't know if she'll bring it back. But not only this book resonates with this conference, but also Girl Forget All That. So if she used to have it again, I can go there as a vendor and with that book, right? So that works. And several people bought the book. And so the Wait book. And then so years passed, and I went to this networking event. And I had on that day I had on my Girl Forget All That shirt. But a lot of people were asking me about how to write a book. And it was at that event I realized this is not the right audience for me to talk about Girl Forget All That. These are people that I wanted to know how I produce Girl Forget All That, right? So in that situation, it was a more so, but okay, I need to come in here and market me myself as a coach, not as a author of this book on this topic of breakups, because they weren't interested in it. They were interested in, how do you publish this book? I want to write a book. I want to publish a book. How did you do it? So that was a different audience, right? So you have the Glam Code Conference. That's a different audience. They may be interested in writing a book, but they also are an audience for talk about abstinence, talk about breakups, all the things dealing with singleness, right? And then this audience was much older, So they're not, they may know somebody going through a breakup, but there's not what they were wanting to talk about. They were wanting to talk about, how did you get this book, girl? That's it. So that's when I realized I got to figure out, when I go to this event, what is my goal at this event? How am I presenting myself at this event? Even though I do all these things, but that's not what I'm here for that event. So I'm learning. It's all a part of marketing as well. So I'm learning that, okay, maybe not wear the Girl Forget All That shirt. Maybe wear your writing is my superpower shirt to an event like that. Read the room. Read the room. But before you even go, read about what type of event it is. So I finally realized this. I don't know what year that was, but it wasn't too long ago. It may have been like two years ago. Well, it was more than 2 years ago, because I don't think I had the current Girl Forget All That book yet. I don't think. But it might have been maybe 3 years. But I'll set that out to say is you got to know. And why is that important? Because, hey, Erica, because you go somewhere where they're not interested in what you have, they're not going to buy it. And so we get upset. But really, they're not wanting what you're offering. And that's okay. And it gets really hard. Sometimes they may know somebody. They may buy it for somebody and give it to them. That can be the case as well. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to happen at all that somebody buys your book, even though they can't benefit from it. They may know somebody that will. Like one time I went to a networking event, and her cousin had just went through a breakup, and she bought the book for her. And so you see what I'm saying? So you can't count it all out. I'm just saying, just be careful about, okay, do I need to go to this event? Do I need to be a vendor at this event? Does this fit my platform? And that actually can be a whole nother topic. Does this fit my platform? When you're collaborating with people, like, you got to look at all that, because we just want to be purposeful and intentional. We don't want to waste time or waste money, because being a vendor can be costly. You're paying the fee, and then you are doing whatever you need to set up, and then you want to make the money back, right? We're just not out here just to be out here. You want to make that money back. So that's important. Before you get out here and do the vendor events, make sure this is where your book needs to be. This is the audience that needs to see your book, right? But like I said, that doesn't mean nobody. Let's say it wasn't per se the right audience. Somebody might still buy it, but like, let's say majority of the people were not your audience. It may be one person there that knows somebody may need that book. You never know. So I won't count it all out. I'm just saying, be intentional and purposeful when you are going out to market your book, right? Because we're going to get these books published, and you can't get the book published in 2025. Like, if you have your book written now, even if you did, I mean, we talked about this way earlier in the author chats. Like, everybody's journey is different, but I wouldn't rush it. You do need time to do stuff and make sure you do it decently in order. And so that can look different for everybody. How much time you have, what's your budget looking like. So, and we definitely want to have enough time to tell people about your book, not just pop up with a book and boom, we ain't heard about it ever. No, you want to give people enough time to get to know you and what you have to offer. But yeah, that's it about, marketing, making sure you're going to the places that your artist is going to be. Majority of your artist is going to be. And I'm constantly learning it as my business is evolving, right? So as a coach, and then even the events that I have for the Aspiring Workshop, and then for women, that's two different things. One could be co-ed, and the other one is just women. So the vibe is very different. The setting will be, the vibe, environment will be very different because it's two different genders, right? And then also it's probably going to be, in the ages may differ because people are wanting to. Now I'm not talking to teens who want to write a book. I'm talking to adults who want to write a book. And normally, what I've ran across is people, 30s, 40s, and on up, they want to write a book. A lot of people who come out of retirement want to write a book too. So, they just don't know where to start. So they enter a new season in their life, and that's what they want to do. But yeah, either way, I'm here to help you move forward and become an author. Okay, so don't forget, early bird tickets it ends tonight. Touch your neighbor and say early bird tickets in tonight. Okay, and you're gonna save over $30 if you go ahead and go to their website and click on that PayPal link and go and get your ticket. And if you want to sponsor somebody, same process. You can go to Eventbrite and go ahead and transfer it to them, or you can go to my website and you just want to let me know that you're sponsoring it for somebody, or you want me to pick who you want me to give the ticket to. So I think that's all I have for announcements. Next week I will not be doing an author chat. I'm taking a break. So I'm taking a break, and I'll come back on the 17th of August. That will be the last one I do before the event. But yeah, I'm taking a break. I need a break. So I'm going to take it and rest and come back strong on the 17th. And so regular admission starts tomorrow, 142.55 if you do it on Eventbrite. And I need to update the website for what it will be if you purchase it on my website starting tomorrow. And tickets sales in August 21st, 2 days before the event. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm trying to make sure I want to let y'all know the price of it. It's about, let me see, it's gonna be about $132 if for tomorrow, starting tomorrow on my website. If you are, here it is. If you wait till tomorrow to get your ticket. But right now it is $110 on PayPal. On my website. Okay. I was trying to pull it up right quick. Yeah, so okay, $142.55. And that's gonna start in 4 hours, it says. And let's see, $142.55. 1 second, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. So okay, I'm gonna put it at 130 on the website. So there'll be 130 tomorrow if you purchase on the website. 130, okay, 130 instead of 142.55. The regular admission. So either pay 110 tonight before midnight, or 130 tomorrow up until August 21st. But thank y'all for tuning in. If you watch the replay, if you're here live, thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys. Well, I may come back live before the 17th, but I'm definitely gonna be on break next Sunday. I'm not saying, I don't know if I'll do a pop-up or something like that, but I'm not scheduled to come back here to do a live for this next Sunday. We are no live next Sunday at 7:30. I am breaking. So thank y'all for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.